what's good? This is Listen 3270. Making a very quick video. Um, Basically, we are about to finally get to see Terence Bud Crawford and Errol the Truth Spence Jr. And before I break down, how I see it playing out, I'm just gonna say that this morning I saw the final press conference, and man, was it intense! Wow, I mean, it really is getting personal, and there's all types of arguments over who's going to win and why. Now, I basically feel like this. I feel like, Bud is going to win. I think Bud is going to win because Bud is more versatile and also the smarter boxer. However, Spence, I think, is naturally bigger and is a natural welterweight, whereas Bud, had to come up, numerous weight classes. He's filled in well at welterweight, but I think, Errol Spence, it's safe to say, is the bigger guy, probably stronger physically, but Bud is a lot stronger than people give him credit for being. And I think, honestly, I'll say this, I think Spence, being the bigger guy, they're going to try to pressure and walk down Terence Crawford. I think they're going to try to wear him out. Probably try the same thing that Spence did against Ugas. Just a very high work rate. Try to, not allow Bud to be able to counterpunch and, just control the tempo of the fight. That is a very interesting thing, but Bud is very smart, and Bud and Bomac, they're anticipating that. I don't think that Spence has as many dimensions to his game as Bud does, and Spence, who hits hard, who hits very hard, I don't think he hits harder than Bud. He throws more punches, and Spence is more of a guy who wants to wear you down over the course of 12 rounds, whereas Bud can knock you out with either hand. It only takes one shot either to really hurt you or just knock you out clean. And once, Bud has you hurt, he's going to finish you. He's probably the greatest finisher in the game, or a definite top 5, depending on who you speak to and how they look at it. But I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm glad to see this fight finally happening. I think that Bud will likely stop Spence. I think it's going to be some very vicious exchanges. I think Spence is going to get punished. I think every time he tries to go to Bud's body, I see Bud, countering him and making him pay dearly. I don't think it's going to be a situation where, a lot of Spence's opponents, they just stand in front of Spence. They play heavy bag. I'm not trying to diminish, Spence's boxing ability or trying to be fair. But, when you got guys like Lamont Peterson and, Bundu and guys like that who, they're not really offering much resistance. They're just standing in front of you, just waiting to be mowed over. Spence looks very good. I think, if you're a Spence fan, you're hoping that Spence can, physically impose his will on Bud and, try to offset the counterpunching of Bud. But I think Bud is going to keep moving. I think he's going to have a lot of different things, a lot of different game plans to throw at Spence. And I think Spence is going to get punished. The one thing that does concern me is on fight night, will Spence rehydrate? Will he be like a super middleweight? How big will he be? There's downsides to rehydrating and coming in too big. If you come in too big, you may be stronger, but the endurance may not be there. You may not be able to go 12 hard rounds. So, it's an interesting thing. We will see how that plays out. But I think I can see Spence getting very frustrated and not being able to deal with certain things that Bud is going to bring into the fight. I think Spence is going to need to make it a messy fight, a dog fight, but that may not necessarily favor Spence. I think the biggest thing Spence has going for him is his pressure, his body punching, and his value. But I think he will pay severely for trying to go to the body and things of that nature. But Derrick James is a hell of a trainer. I'm sure they've got some things they're gonna pull out of the bag, and we might see Spence bring some new things to the table that we haven't seen before. I know that Bud is definitely going to raise his game, and something I haven't seen anybody really ask Bud was, how are you going to deal, with, the power of Spence, and when he does land, durability, will Bud be able to deal, if he does start getting attacked to the body, how will he be able to deal with that? Body punches are an integral part of boxing, and both guys are in tremendous shape. But these guys are gonna be looking to break each other's wills, and I hope that we don't see, based on the press conference, it seems to be a lot of bad blood. I'm sure there's a lot of money. I heard one of the Charlos bet a lot of money on this fight. I hope we don't see like a riot or anything, or if we're talking decisions and it's a bad decision, and we could potentially see a riot or something like that. I hope that it's a good night for fans, regardless of who's who you're rooting for, and it's gonna be a wonderful thing. Boxing definitely needs this fight. Thank God it's happening, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I see it, on record now. I see it. I think Bud's gonna stop him. I think Bud is going to either knock him out clean or accumulation. I think if you're Bud, because Spence is the A side, you have to be very careful with the judges and the judging. There've been a number of bad referee stoppages and bad judging this year. God knows there's been. So it'd be in Bud's best interest to knock Spence out and get him out of there. Don't leave it up to the judges. And that's pretty much my take on it. Think it'll be interesting. If I had to pick a round, I'd probably say, Spence is durable. I wouldn't be surprised to see if, Bud goes to Spence's body and starts, trying to break him down there. We'll see how Spence deals with body punches. It's something that nobody's talking about. Everybody's talking about Spence throwing body punches, but how will he deal with shots to the body, well-placed body shots? And it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. Like I said, I just hope that everyone remains safe, and I hope that we just get a nice, clean fight with no controversy, and may the best man win. And boxing desperately, sorely needs this. And if you liked the video, please comment and subscribe or comment, and when I see it, I will get back. God bless. Peace.